A strange crime in Karak, Jordan. In the city of Karak, Jordan, a strange incident occurred, a crime that truly needs explanation, because what happened is beyond belief. This is the story of a Jordanian family, a father, a mother, and their 5 children. The eldest child is a girl named Maryam, the main character of this story. Maryam was an exceptionally smart and outstanding student, achieving top marks throughout her early education. During elementary and middle school, she was always first in her class. Naturally, after finishing middle school, she wanted to continue to high school, but her father tried to convince her not to. He wanted her to stay home and help her mother instead. He believed that girls belonged at home, not in school. The family followed strict, conservative traditions. They didn't believe in girls completing their education or working. For them, a girl's only future was to get married, raise children, and take care of the house. Her father thought, why should I let her waste time and energy studying if she's just going to end up at home anyway? Their financial situation was average, and he didn't want to invest in something he believed was pointless. But Maryam refused. She cried, begged, and said, "All my friends are going to high school. Why should I be the one left behind?" She was passionate about learning, and her academic excellence was undeniable. Her father wasn't fully committed to his stance, maybe 50% against it, so eventually, when he saw her determination and tears, he reluctantly agreed. "Fine, continue your studies," he said. That decision fueled her drive even more. Maryam became the top student in her city, Karak, throughout 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. She graduated with honors and applied to university, and not just any university. One of the top universities in Jordan accepted her into the English literature program, a field she loved deeply. Overjoyed, she rushed home to tell her father the good news. She thought he would finally be proud of her, but instead he exploded with anger. He yelled, "What? You applied to university without telling me? Who said I would ever let you go? No one in our family goes to university. No one works. That's not how we live. A girl's place is her home. You're lucky I even let you finish high school." Maryam was shocked and heartbroken. She thought he'd be proud. Instead, he was furious. He threatened her and forbade her from bringing it up again. She turned to her mother for support, but her mother simply said, "It's up to your father. Talk to him." Desperate, she went to her uncle, her father's older brother, a respected figure her father would never disobey. She cried and begged him to help her. Her uncle agreed and spoke to her father. "Please let her go. I promise she'll be respectful. She'll go to class and come straight home. Don't waste her potential. She's a good girl." Her father agreed, but with 2 strict conditions. If a suitable man proposes during her university years, she must stop studying and get married. She must go directly to university and come back home, no other outings or distractions. Maryam accepted the terms, happy just to be able to study. She started university and thrived. Her professors immediately noticed how gifted she was, truly a genius. She was always at the top of her class, but lived in constant fear of receiving a marriage proposal that would end it all. In fact, proposals did come, but none were suitable. Her father rejected them, hoping for someone from a well-known or related family. Fortunately for Maryam, this meant she could continue her studies. She eventually graduated with distinction, and her university was so impressed that they offered to sponsor her master's and PhD, all expenses covered. But even before she could accept, she got a job offer at one of the best institutions in the country, with a salary that was 4 or 5 times more than what her father earned. She was ecstatic. She went to her father and said she believed that after all these years, her father must have changed. She thought he trusted her now, saw how obedient and hard-working she was, and that surely his views must have evolved with time. So with hope in her heart, she told her father, "I got the job, Baba. Congratulate me." But instead of congratulating her, he exploded in rage. He grabbed her and beat her severely. "What? You went, applied, did the interview, and submitted your documents all without telling me? Who told you I would ever approve you working? Never. In this family, girls don't work. Girls don't sit with men. Girls don't work under male supervisors who might exploit them." The beating was so severe it nearly killed her. It was then that Maryam realized her father's rejection of her working was absolute, a belief so deeply ingrained it seemed impossible to change. Desperate, she turned again to her uncle for help. But he too said, "Listen, my daughter, in our entire family, it's rare for a girl to even finish university. A job? I've never heard of any of our women working. How could I possibly convince your father when I myself don't believe in it? I wouldn't allow my own daughters to work. Just get married. May God protect you, and start a family. That's how things are." She begged him, even kissed his hand, pleading with him to speak to her father again. Her uncle went to her father, Abu Maryam, one more time, but Abu Maryam was adamant. "Impossible! She will stay home and help her mother until her suitor comes. All her sisters followed the same path. I don't have daughters who work. I was wrong to let her even finish university. See what happened? She got ideas in her head. You encouraged her. This is your fault." Her uncle tried to calm him, saying, "Take it easy. Every girl wants a future." But Abu Maryam shouted back, "We don't need her salary or her job. We want her safe and decent. That's what matters." His decision was final. He even threatened his wife. "If I see your daughter leaving the house again or going anywhere without my permission, you're divorced. Do you understand?" From that day, Maryam was imprisoned in the house. After her father discovered she had secretly applied and interviewed for a job, he forbade her from even stepping outside the front door. Only her mother was allowed to leave to take Maryam's younger brothers to school, run errands, or buy groceries. Maryam stayed locked inside. This lasted for 2 or 3 months. Then Maryam tried again. "Please, Baba, let me work. I swear I'll make you proud. I'm respectful and you can trust me." "Forget it," he yelled. "Don't even bring it up again. Get out of my sight. Do what I say and stay in your place." She saw that her father would never change, that he truly believed a job for a girl was one of life's impossibilities. That's when darker thoughts crept in. Maryam remembered that her father owned a gun. As a child, she had seen him hide the bullets in one of the closets. One morning, while he was at work, he left early and didn't return until late at night, and her mother was out running errands, Maryam searched the closet and found the gun and bullets. She had never held a gun before and didn't know how to use it, but she started researching on YouTube how to load it, how to fire, how to remove the safety. She learned everything. One day, her younger sister walked in on her holding the gun. Shocked, she asked, "Maryam, why do you have Baba's gun? If he sees you, he'll kill you." Maryam quickly lied. "I'm just recording a video with it. I'll put it back soon." Her sister left, reassured. Then came the day in 2015 when Maryam was 23 years old. She tried again to plead with her father. "Please, Baba, for my sake, just let me work. I promise you'll never regret it." He exploded in rage, shouting, "Are you crazy? You just don't get it, do you?" and started beating her again. It was the middle of the day, around noon. Her mother was out, and her brothers were in their room studying. Her father was taking a short nap before heading back to work in the afternoon. Maryam, trembling and overwhelmed with fear and desperation, went to her room, grabbed the gun, and walked into her father's room. He was asleep. She aimed it and fired a single bullet into his head. Then she left quietly, returning to her room. No one had heard a thing. Every 30 minutes, she returned to his room to check. Had he died? Or was he still alive? She was terrified. Killing someone, especially her own father, wasn't something she could fully comprehend. But each time she checked, she confirmed he was dead. Afraid they might search the house and find the weapon, Maryam hid it in a tree in their garden. She buried it inside the trunk, camouflaging it carefully. She waited for one of her brothers to discover the body and alert the family, so that the blame wouldn't fall on her. But when no one noticed for too long, she called her younger sister and told her, "Go wake up, Baba. He told us earlier to wake him in time for the ASR prayer." The younger girl went into their father's room and immediately began screaming. She saw her father lying in bed, covered in blood. Maryam ran in, pretending to be shocked. She started screaming and acting along with her siblings. The whole house went into chaos. The police were called. Their mother returned home just as the body was being taken away. It was confirmed. Their father had been shot in the head. An investigation began. The police questioned the family. There were no strangers in the house, no adult males besides the father, no guests, no unusual visitors. The only people present were Maryam, her younger siblings, and their mother. Suspicion fell on someone inside the home. The authorities started looking closer. Maryam stood out. She was visibly nervous, frightened, and unable to keep her composure. Her fear seemed unnatural, more than just grief or shock. Eventually, her younger sister quietly told their mother, "Mama, a few days ago, I saw Maryam holding Baba's gun." But the mother, trying to protect her daughter, told the little girl, "Don't say a word. We can't ruin her life." Still, the investigators weren't convinced. They kept interrogating the mother, who refused to confess to anything. Maryam also stayed quiet, denying everything. Several rounds of questioning followed, but cracks began to show. Maryam's anxiety deepened. Finally, under pressure, Maryam broke. She confessed everything: the gun, the planning, the motive, and the murder. After her confession, her younger sister confirmed her part of the story. "Yes," she said, "I saw her with Baba's gun. She told me she was just filming something. But after the shooting, I told Mama, and she told me not to say anything." The authorities understood the mother had tried to protect her daughter out of fear and desperation. Maryam was charged with premeditated murder and referred to court. She was sentenced to death. Even her uncles refused to forgive her or waive their right to retaliation, known as qisas in Islamic law. At least at the beginning of the case, they were firm in their stance. She had murdered their brother in cold blood. What happened later, whether they eventually forgave her or her sentence was reduced, was uncertain. No one knows for sure how the case ended. But what is certain is that Maryam lost everything. Her future was gone. Her dreams died with the shot she fired. And her father, no matter how harsh and controlling, did not deserve to be killed. What began as a plea for independence ended in tragedy. Maryam's actions left her siblings fatherless, her family shattered, and herself facing the ultimate punishment. This was her story. Asterisk, asterisk. And with that, we say goodbye. May God protect us from such endings. Asterisk. Farewell. Asterisk, asterisk.